What's going on, WOLFPACK Federation? Happy Monday night. Hope everybody had a beautiful and safe weekend as always. We are here for the Monday Night Raw review slash MLW review also. We are going to start covering not only Monday Night Raw on Mondays, but we will also cover MLW every Monday also. For anybody out there who may be an MLW fan. I know myself, since I've started watching MLW again, I think MLW's got a lot of good stuff going on right now. So if you have not checked out MLW, not a bad time to give it a watch. They got a lot of guys over there that you would absolutely know. The rude dude who was Matt Riddle. Their world champ, Killer Cross. Their tag champs, the Good Brothers. The Skyscrapers, who was Baron Corbin and Dijak in WWE. Austin Aries is also over there. So if you have not checked out MLW, you should think about giving MLW a watch. Because going forward, every Monday night, we're going to cover MLW and WWE Monday Night Raw, baby. What up, King? Team No Sleep. Smash that like button. Let's go. There's my brother from another mother. What up, D the Troll Exterminator? So what's good? Congrats to your Knicks. Yeet. Thank you. Go Knicks, baby. Man, nobody wanted to listen about my Knicks, man. Everybody, you can't stop the alien on the Spurs. Never say you can't stop a man. We knew what to do. We put the plan into action. And now we got brand new champions for the NBA Finals. So you can't go wrong. How was your day, D? Just getting off of work, brother man? Hey, Flesh, if you're going to be a troll, I'm just going to throw you out of here, bro. So that was your one warning. There won't be a second. I can promise you that, kiddo. D, did you happen to watch MLW over the weekend? Or did you get an opportunity to watch WWE Monday Night Raw? So we'll start with, we're going to start with MLW tonight because MLW is only an hour long with commercials. You're really just getting it's a quick watch. Hey, what up, big man in charge? What up, HUNTiNGGG? Hunter, you won the belt. The big man in charge said, I acknowledge you. Thank you. I am your tribal chief. How did your show go? I hate that your show was on the same time as the damn Knicks World Championship game. Like, D said, I did watch Raw, but I only got to see the last 20 minutes of MLW. Well, to be honest with you, really what you needed to watch from MLW this week was the last 20 minutes. This guy, that 6 foot tall guy, Bishop, had a match right before with I forgot the guy's name because I don't know him. He was brand new to me. But I felt so bad for this guy. This guy did a spot where he had Bishop on a table. Luckily, there was another table right next to Bishop with nobody on. And he went into the crowd onto the second floor balcony, and he went to jump off of this little the edge. I don't know what the hell you call it, like a guardrail type of thing, but it wasn't like metal. And the thing gave out when he went to go jump. The thing bent fully in, so he could not get any height off of it. And he just went flying down and went right through the table next to Bishop, not hitting Bishop at all. And I gotta give this guy props, man. He still got up, continued the match like that did not just happen. Actually, I'm sorry. I guess you would consider it the third flight up, because then then both of them after that spot went to the second flight up, where Bishop razor edged this guy off to the floor through a table to win the match. Right after this guy ended up screwing up and going through a table from the third floor. But I give that guy massive props, man, he kept going, he didn't give up. What a psycho, man, dude. So I can only imagine how much pain that dude was in after the match, after he got to the back. I acknowledge my popcorn bucket tribal chief. That's my brother D, baby. Roman thinks he's got the bloodline. He'll see. He'll see the bloodline we're building over here. Joker's better than Batman. See, I don't know if you really mean it or you're just trying to troll, but the joke's on you if you're just trying to troll, because I like the Joker just even more. So that didn't work if you're just trying to troll. You had 300 plus fans, standing room. I had fun being in the main event. I took a chair shot and bumps. Oh, that's dope. I don't have a mouse to send the link, unfortunately, big man. Big man, on the night when it's not any purpose live and I'm just going on to hang out, that's the time where I'll let people come on. What up, Delgado? Hunter, are you excited to watch this weekend's concert tour live on Friday afternoon at 1 p.m.? What's the concert tour? And I'm more curious why I'm like drawing a blank. The weekend concert live. Delgado, tell me more about this weekend concert live. It's all right, big man. We're gonna let him breathe. I'm curious to see what his comeback is. If he's really just a Joker fan or if he's just a troll. But if he gets disrespectful, I know. I got the troll exterminator D with the big wrench ready to clobber him. But all you needed to, but for MLW guys, all you really needed to know was the main event. And it was good. Right before the main event started, you had Hammerstone. Forgive me, I'm still getting used to the MLW guys' names that aren't WWE guys. He came with a pipe as if he was going to hit Matt Riddle with it before the match started. But nothing happened. People broke it up. And then Matt Riddle, who's now known as the Rude Dude, went out. Him and Killer Cross put on a good show. The crowd looked to have a lot of fun. You can tell the Rude Dude has really come more into his own wrestling. Because I hadn't really seen much of him on since he's left WWE, to be full disclosure. So seeing him on MLW this weekend was pretty awesome to see how much more he's becoming more comfortable, more into his own character. Don't be surprised if the Rude Dude one eventually ends back up in WWE. I wouldn't be surprised, not for a bit. Never say never. June 19th, Friday afternoon, the weekend. Concert live on the YouTube channel. Hey, big man in charge. D, you know about this concert that Delgado's talking about? But what's the actual concert called? And man, yo, Killer Cross has really just levels above right now. You can see the fans love him. The crowd loves him. Him and Scarlett are doing so good on the indies right now. I still can't believe that WWE would let a guy like Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux go. And better yet, how in the hell does TNA not grab Killer Cross and Scarlett? What better person that to grab when they got let go from WWE to bring into your company to put the world title on? Holy shit, the things that they could have did in TNA. Man, TNA, you dropped the ball, man. And good shit to MLW for seeing it. MLW, they're doing their thing, man. They picked up some great talent that WWE was stupid to let go. Look who they got now. They got Killer Cross, his wife Scarlett, Riddle. I still think letting Baron Corbin go was a bad mistake. I don't know what the hell they call him on the indies, but he's always going to be Baron Corbin. The guy has one of the coolest finishers. Also, he's a big guy. And you know what? If you didn't want to use him on the main roster, then don't use him in the main roster. Let him go back to NXT. Drop him in AAA. Or better yet, lend him to TNA. Don't give him to TNA. Lend him to TNA for a year. Do something like that. would have been a better play. And same thing for Dijak. You don't get a lot of guys that are Dijak's size and can move the way he does. And Dijak and Baron Corbin as a tag team being called the Skyscrapers right now, bro, it works. It really works. I don't know why no one ever thought about doing that before. You know, my hats are off to MLW. MLW understands the assignment and they're going to go get it. Kushida, not only do they have Kushida, they turned them heel. Who has ever seen Kushida go heel before? Kushida's always the massive baby face. No, I ain't heard nothing about the concert. I did not hear any concert. I don't know shit about it. I've seen that match on YouTube, Hunter. Matt Riddle versus Killer Cross. Good match. Right? And that was their second time doing the match too. Valor, I would have a normal workout schedule. But it's hard when I got your mom calling me up every night to come on over. I know, I'm sorry you're upset that she's still, you know, you're what, 40 something? Mommy still got to give you money to survive. I know it sucks, man. But don't worry, life will get better, Valor. I promise. Yo, Chappelle, what up, brother? Dude, sweet. Valor, we do them on your mom. She's the best workout partner. Double that. Oh, so good. So good. Oh. So, you know, they make me laugh. The trolls always give us a good laugh. Because they come in the troll and then they leave thinking about life choices. Like, shit, my life really does suck that much. How did this happen? I went there to make other people feel uncomfortable and try to make other people upset. And instead, I'm now sitting here wondering, why did I make these life choices? Why does my life suck? Fucking trolls. But you know, MLW though, yo, they get it, man. Where else these days are you gonna see Austin Aries? Now, anybody who didn't just start watching wrestling, you know who Austin Aries is. And if you were an OG TNA fan, you definitely know Austin Aries. And you enjoy watching Austin Aries. And it's dope to see that, hey, he turned around and said, I'm gonna work again for MLW. Now, I don't know much about the roster from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks. So give me some time as the show goes on to see what other guys are on there that might be unbelievable that I'm not mentioning their names. I saw what the hell's the guy's name? The guy who used to run Lucha Underground. I thought he was going to be on this week's show. They had a picture of him and everything. And then next thing you know, at the end of the show, Contra came on with a message saying like they took him and his family out, blah blah blah, this and that. So I don't know if that means that the guy who used to run Lucha Underground has officially been, and that's it. We won't see him on MLW anymore. But it's always fun to see what wrestlers will even just stop by for a one-off as they're passing through, because we got a lot of wrestlers that were released by WWE, 20-something wrestlers, and a lot of their non-compete clauses, well, are coming due. So a lot of these guys are going to be able to start working in other companies soon. I can't wait till our CHW Pro Wrestling Battle of Burns video hits our YouTube channel. I'm excited. I even get to see my stuff. Hey, you know we can do maybe if it's on. Actually, no, you know I might be able to do it where we could do like a reaction to it. Do a reaction video to it once it hits. Because if I don't play the matches and I just play a few clips of each match, so that way the whole chat could see who's in the match, who wins the match. And we can do something like that, big man. We'll have you come up here with me and we'll critique the entire show as if we were the announcers. If you want to do something like that, big man, let me know. And definitely let me know when you know that that's going to be on YouTube. Hey, did you see K-Dog got both legs amputated? Yo, I saw that shit. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't even look into it to see like if it was 100% true, because it just made me so sad to hear that about Conan, this legend, this guy who, if it wasn't for him, we would not have Lucha Libre, who's done so much for pro wrestling, Lucha Libre. To think that he's going through something that so bad that he ended up having getting his second leg amputated. Because I had heard that it was, he got his first leg amputated, and now that he was getting a second one, I was like, oh my God, how does this happen to somebody? Who is Dog Donald? Just asking. I don't know who Dog Donald is. We only have one Donald, and that's the Troll Exterminator. Hey, Tyler, what's goody, fam? Too sweet. Yo, Roman. Woo! Too sweet. One half of the Heel Squad Tag Team Champions of the World. What up, Roman? Man, yo, I think it's so crazy, Roman. I always get you and Mr. Old School on different lives, but it's hard as shit to get you guys live on the same time frame. One of these days, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get like 5 lives in a row with both of you at the same time here. Yeah, that'd be good, Hunter. Please, yes, I can do that for you. And all my WOLFPACK Federation fans. I thought you might like something like that, big man. I put a little. I tried putting a little thing up for people Tell him to go watch your show Saturday. But man, was that was a hard Saturday night to throw a show. Of course, out of all the Saturdays you had a show on, it had to be the night of the Knicks and Spurs. It couldn't have been the Saturday before or after. Like shit. But hey, you said you still got a good crowd. That's awesome to still get a good crowd. Yep, he was K Dog when he was in the WOLFPACK in WCW. Man, I can't believe it. Now, now I wish I would have grabbed two of his figures. Shit, what a what a shame. Like you don't wish something like that on your worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like that's that's one of the most terrible things that could happen. Our thoughts and prayers go out to K Dog, aka Conan, aka Lucha Libre legend. Man, me and the entire Wolfpack, man, we wish nothing but the best to Conan. Hope you're feeling as good as one could. That's going through what you're going through. Hey, what up, Roman from Russia? Welcome to the chat. You're a wrestling fan? No, I'm so behind, big man, on comments. You know, people tell you, oh yeah, you know what? If you can't, if the, you know, if what you want to do doesn't line up, do different channels. But nobody ever tells you, oh, the amount of work that two channels plus your real life shit you got going on. Whew. It has been hard as shit. Especially now that the other channels out of YouTube purgatory. At least before it was a lot. I had a few months off from one channel pretty much. I just had to worry about just wrestling. Now I got to worry about both, which sucks. But I'll definitely check the comments out afterwards. I wanted to do it before we went live tonight, but as you can see, I didn't even make it on time. I was a few minutes late. Lucha Libre and WCW legend Conan underwent a double leg amputation in San Diego, California, due to severe ongoing medical complications. WWE covered his extensive medical. Shout out to WWE for doing that shit right there, for covering the bills. I love that shit. I love hearing that. And he is currently undergoing a grueling rehabilitation. Whew. Conan Max Moon in WWF. Yep. Poor Conan's character in WWF in the early days. They had him going out there looking like he was the ghetto Mega Man. And just the words don't for what Conan's going through right now. Man, it's so terrible that he's got to go through this. I could not imagine losing one. I can't imagine losing one of my legs. To have to lose both of them, like, bro, that shit is wild. Like, man, I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3 times. Conan, one day you're able to hear us. We love you. We're so sorry that you had to go through this. You don't deserve it. You are wrestling royalty. You should be living your life comfortable and happy for everything you've done for the business of pro wrestling. Not WWE, not WCW, not ECW. No. Not any lucha. No, all. You've done something for all of pro wrestling. You are the definition of a legend. Get him, Mick. You like that, right? Roman Man said, "Yep." You know what I mean? Like, and the best part is, I'm trying to think out of like the luchadors he brought over. Did did any of them not like become superstars? Like Rey Mysterio, legend. Eddie Guerrero, legend. Psychosis, WCW legend. And ECW. Whew. Hoovy, aka Huberto Guerrero. Wow. And that's just right off the bat, not even thinking of more guys. Like, yes, I agree. Hell yeah, WWE for doing that for Conan and his family. Medical bills are expensive. Hell yeah. Bro, medical bills will wipe you out. You can save money up for 10 years. Let one wrong thing medically go wrong, and when you don't have coverage, you'll lose every dime you ever saved for those 10 years plus more. It's just, it's so wrong. Like, you should never in this world be denied medical care if you need it. And it goes back to people needing to treat people better. And then maybe shit like that'll start happening. And we're back. That's what happens when you don't have a mouse. Sometimes clicking down on names, it freezes and then doesn't register it, and instead thinks I pressed it somewhere else, and boom, I go. Psychosis, WCW, Roman said, like, come on, who didn't know who Psychosis was back in those WCW days? I'll wait a minute. Like, if you really watched it, you know who Psychosis is. He was awesome. Where is it? Whew. Conan WWE Hall of Fame next year. I really pray. I really pray so. Because you gotta put these guys in the Hall of Fame while they're still here with us. And I think I know it's hard every year deciding on who's going in, blah blah blah, the politics of it, the whole bullshit. Because unfortunately, on their side of things, it's not like our side would be. On our side of things, we just pick the guy we think is the best guy for the spot. But mm, oh shit. Damn. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. We are back. Woo. that's that's how you can tell your boy does not get sight. But we're back, and on top of a little freeze action. But we're still here. Clunked. Clunked. But I'm telling you, even when I'm so tired, I still try to come on for you. Oh no, I'm still here. 122. We good for a half hour. We staying on for a half hour. Then we're gonna get out of here and go pass out. Oh,
You good?
big man, you can't see me? We good, raw man. Thank you. Thank you though. We good. Hey, not the first time. Won't be the last time. I'm telling you that right off the bat. It won't be the last time. But like I said, I got a half hour. What do you want to talk wrestling wise? Half hour. Monday Night Raw. All right, cool. We didn't do Monday Night Raw. Did everybody see what Roman Reigns did tonight? Yo, Roman Reigns gifted the Samoan werewolf his very own Ula Fala. Obviously, not the same one as Roman Reigns's, which it can't be the same one because Roman's a tribal chief. Bloodline heel turn. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm feeling that. Because if you noticed, he sent last Friday, he sent Jacob to go talk to Solo, telling Solo it's time to come home. Like, why would Roman want Solo back if we weren't about to see something real big happen? They got to find you first, big man, before they can come get you. But I think that was something real big tonight because you heard Jimmy and Jay. What happened? I thought you were gonna tell Jacob Fatu that when you're not here, we're in charge to listen to us. No, no, no. Roman, you can see he's got a whole other plan. And it looks like Roman is kind of just trying to tell the Usos what they want to hear, just to keep everybody happy until he's finished really rebuilding the bloodline the way he wants to. Roman don't want to be a good guy. Roman wants to be a heel. Right? You're absolutely right. Look at what Roman did tonight. He had Jacob destroy that C-list celebrity. Now, don't get me wrong. Yo, that celebrity absolutely deserved to get destroyed. you start touching the Ula Fala like that shit don't mean something. You wouldn't walk up to a man and slap him in the face. You wouldn't walk up to another man's girlfriend and grab her ass while they're walking by at a restaurant, right? Like these are just things you don't do. You have the respect. And what that C-list celebrity did was show nothing but pure disrespect. And he got his ass mollywopped. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you don't do that shit. And it was so awesome after Roman gave him the okay, and he did it. He sent them back to beat his ass again to give him one more Samoan splash. The only thing that could have made this segment any better was if afterwards Roman was like, "And your movie sucks." I also seen tonight on Raw when Roman put the Ula, putting it around Jacob Fatu's neck. What was up with that poor LA Knight got his ass kicked by the Usos? LA Knight and the Usos, they're cool. Their relationship's really rocky right now, which I don't blame LA Knight. And LA Knight has been hilarious with Adam Pearce. That a few weeks ago, when Adam Pearce had his hand down, he grabbed it and raised it up and started making jokes like about him being part of the bloodline. Yo, they need to make LA Knight be the guy to get beat up by the bloodline. Like that's what should happen. Why not let set him up? He's good on the mic. You're not going to put the belt on him over Roman, obviously, right? But we do need some guys for Roman to run through. Why not LA Knight? LA Knight would be a good guy for Roman to run through. Great mic work. He's got a good look to him. It could work. Jacob is a bad man. Oh, yeah. Yo, Jacob and Roman on the same side is diabolical. Could you imagine adding Tama Tonga and his little brother, who's bigger than everybody, to Roman and Jacob Fatu? Who stops that? And you know what? And I'll even throw Solo in there. Because even though Solo's been kind of like a bitch recently, we all know Solo ain't no bitch, bro. That boy is a tough mother effer. These Samoan guys are no joke. Like, LA Knight sucks. Yeah. Jacob Fatu said, nope, that ain't gonna happen. That grade A celebrity got his ass whooped. Courtesy of Jacob Fatu. Jacob dropped LA Knight's ass with the tongue and death grip tonight. Roman knew if it was going to get done right, who to send. Unfortunately, Big Jim didn't get it done. But Jacob Fatu always delivers. Kind of like 7-Eleven. I mean, he's not always doing business, but he's always open. I think LA Knight versus the Usos after tonight. Yeah, on the next pay-per-view. But who would tag with LA Knight then? You know, that's the problem. That's why if it was LA Knight was going after Roman specifically, then you can get 3 matches out of it before he goes anywhere near Roman. You don't make him climb the bloodline ladder. And even in between that, you make him find partners for Monday Night Raw matches. Kind of like when you had Stone Cold versus The Rock, when The Rock was in the Authority. And you had Austin coming out every week, kicking everybody's ass in the Authority to get to The Rock. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a steel cage could be dope the next pay-per-view. I really wish it was SummerSlam, but if it's next pay-per-view, then we're saying Night of Champions, right? Unless Night of Champions, we're gonna get maybe a big match with Seth, the Street Profits, and maybe now Devon Evans after he got his ass whooped. That would be interesting. Yes, sir. It was announced on Raw tonight. Nice. Yeah, I got home an hour and a half into Raw tonight. Watched it from there on, then tried to rewatch it from the start to see what I missed. Never doing that again. Next time, I'm just watching the highlights. If I miss it, if I miss that much, had me all backwards confused after that. Like, wait a minute. Now, did you guys notice tonight? Actually, let me give you this one thought and then give me 1 second. Did you just notice what Oba was saying after the match tonight? After he beat Dirty Dom and JD? Because even though the match was just him and Dirty Dom, it really was him versus Dirty Dom and JD. But let me hold you right there. Give me 1 second. Hey, is my drink down there? Yeah. Could you grab it? Yeah, come grab it. Yeah. That's why I fixed that. So. You got blood wash. That shit happens. Alright. We're back. There we go. Bang. Okay. Yep, I agree. The problem going to be LA Knight finding a partner to team up with him. But let's take a vote who would team with him. D said, yep, that's why Brock is going to screw him over. And he will not be king of the 100%. Canada Dry, stop screwing with your tribal chief and do the right thing. There is nobody else that has shown you love like your tribal chief does. I don't see no famous celebrity or athlete running around on that Canada Dry. But hey, just saying. Thunder! What's good, Thunder? Nope, just in time. We're on to Monday Night Raw. We did MLW before, and now we're on Monday Night Raw. Now, big man, hold that thought. We're gonna go back to that. D. I agree with you 100%. I definitely think that Oba will not win King of the Ring. That Brock Lesnar will interfere and cost him the match. Setting up, of course, Oba versus Brock 3 SummerSlam. Only one beast or ruler can conquer. But I think, I gotta say this though, having Oba come out week after week talking about Brock Lesnar, I think is ruining it. I don't want to hear him whisper Brock's name. So that way, when Brock comes out and drops him on his head, maybe I get lost in the disbelief for a moment. But I feel like we're at the point where it's just like, Oba, just tell us, hey, right before I go for the pin at Night of Champions, Brock's going to come in and F5 me. Because you're clearly saying stuff about Brock Lesnar that's going to have a reaction. You're letting us know that in case we didn't know for sure that he was coming back to do a part 3, now we do know. You know, out of sight, out of mind. It's a real saying that's been going on for many, many years, and it works. You know, of course, you're not going to get the full shock disbelief, but damn, at least try. D, I promise, if I see it, I'll try it. Canada Dry Strawberry Fruit Splash. I've never seen it before. It sounds interesting. You see your boy tonight, Hunter Danhausen and Liv Morgan. That shit was funny. Liv Morgan, she tried so hard to get Oba cursed by Danhausen. She went into Danhausen's workcraft place wearing the Danhausen shirt, trying to flirt with him, and he just turned around and was like, I want lots of cash. I want to be in all your songs. He demanded for so much shit, she had no other choice but to leave. Fucking Danhausen. It's terrible. Danhausen's more famous right now for cursing any team that played the Knicks when he's a WWE wrestler. I just don't know how this happens. I think Jey Uso will win. So it's gonna be Oba's losing to either who? Jey Uso or I forgot who Jey Uso has to go against. Put the Jack Daniels whiskey in the red cup. Oh, Roman, I wish. My old me can't handle it. My young me could. Old man Hunter, kind of like old man Wolverine. Sometimes WWE gives stuff in the near future away. Hell's yeah. You know, and I get it. Like, you know, they try to throw a hint out, but they just can't comprehend the whole thing. It's a hint. And they end up turning it into a whole freaking 20-minute promo that was supposed to be a quick hint. I agree. Jey Uso is gonna win King of the Ring. It's Javon Evans or Jey Uso. Oh yeah, guys, I'm with you on Jey Uso. Hunter, they have New York Knicks, Danhausen champ. Yo, I saw that shit. I got the email for from WWE to check out Knicks merch. So I'm like, all right, Knicks merch. Let me go see what they got. I'm thinking it was like all like top guys and like with wrestling things. Maybe like an Austin 316 shirt, but in Knicks colors, or it says New York 316. You know, stuff like that. Instead, I see this bum. That's right, this bum, Danhausen, in all over the Knicks shirts. To the point I'm just like, ow. And man, was that such a letdown. But hey, he did curse anybody that was playing the Knicks. So I guess I gotta give him his flowers for that. But that's it. I'm not giving him any other credit but that. Let me see this. You gonna buy one? Oh. Even with Danhausen on a Knicks shirt, I'm still not buying Danhausen merch. Just to show you. Hey, I'm willing to give Danhausen a little credit. He's finally taken one step forward with me. But that's just one baby step. He didn't even take a full step with 2 feet yet. He just got 1 foot ahead. Who would be LA Knight's partner versus the Usos? Well, you got to remember, actually, now that Jey Uso's involved in the King in the King of the Ring Night of Champions, it would be LA Knight going 1-on-1, probably with Big Jim. If they want LA Knight to win, it's Big Jim. If they want LA Knight to lose, it's Jacob Fatu. I'm not a Knicks fan, but it would be cool to have one of those shirts. Hey, if you're a Knicks fan and you're a Danhausen fan, by all means, enjoy the shit out of it. Myself, I cannot wear anything Danhausen. He has not grown on me enough yet. Oh, yeah, just what I want. Oh, you send ice in the winter too, don't you? You know what WWE should have did though? They should have did the Danhausen Knicks jersey for sale. Right? If I'm correct, they didn't do that. It's just t-shirts. And make it different colorways. Do the blue, do the white, do the black. Yo, that shit would have hit. I gotta say that might have made me a little more interested. Having an NBA Knicks jersey that's a WWE wrestler or sort of wrestler on jersey for the championship. That's cold work right there. We should do a poll, Hunter. The channel votes yes. You're wearing a Danhausen shirt. You have to wear one. I'm just kidding. Hey, I would do a poll to wear a Danhausen shirt if we had a Danhausen shirt because there's no way I'm buying one. We would have to have someone. If someone seriously got a Danhausen shirt for me, I would wear it out of respect for them. I myself am not paying for no Danhausen shirt. I will be getting a Knicks shirt, absolutely. Just not that. Shit, I already got 2-3 hats, championship Knicks hats coming as it is. I will sell ice to Eskimos, bro. Damn right. Good stuff, big man. And I already know how you feel, D, about Danhausen. We feel the same way. And done this said, oh shit, oh wow. Yeah, there's, he's got to do more. Hey, power to him that he's the number one merch seller right now. That's great for him. I'm truly am happy for him. I never ever want to not see somebody make a living. So, even though I don't like him as a performer, I don't want to see him, I want to see him have a job, of course. I just wish he would do more like our truth humor for the adults. The kiddish humor thing isn't just, it's just not hidden. Let's see. Danhausen is for the kids, and he makes money. That's why he has a job. Absolutely. And you're right, D. Danhausen is for the kids. And I'm happy for the kids. Because you know what? I'm glad they got Danhausen. I'm sure there was so much R-Truth humor that we would all laugh at. That went right over, all these little kids' heads. Like, what? I don't get it. Why is everybody laughing? Isn't there more to that story? Man, whew. I'm happy for the Knicks fans, but I don't agree with some of the fans acting like lunatics. Oh, tell me about it, bro. I'm all over on my IG talking about that shit. Bro, that's the problem. You got people in New York right now using the Knicks nostalgic history making win as a cover for going outside at night with the millions of people in the streets that are going wild and causing real deal mischief. I saw my man sent me a clip earlier today. These two guys ripped the top of a yellow bus, the cover that covers the engine of the long yellow bus, right off of it, and pretty much rolled it down the block. And while they did that, people are on top of the bus dancing. And then there was another video. These guys went into a Five Guys and they start picking up chairs and throwing them at the kid working behind the counter at Five Guys, to the point they even jump over the counter and start hitting this guy. What the? They should have never, these kids. So that's the problem. These kids doing this stuff, they are not New York Knicks fans. They are not real New Yorkers. They're just a bunch of ignorant idiots that are using what just happened in the city as a cover to go outside and be a complete idiot. I guarantee you, if you do what this guy was doing on Instagram, this guy was out there and he would interview people and tell them famous people's names and lie, saying that they were on the Knicks. And one of the last ones I watched, he did Jeff Hardy. And he said, man, Jeff Hardy had some first half. What do you think about him putting up 30 in the first half? Oh yeah, Jeff Hardy, man, that's my favorite. But he's still young. He's got to come into his own. But he already put 30 up in the first half. Blah blah. Really, Jeff Hardy from TNA Wrestling is on the New York Knicks and just put 30 up. You stupid son of a bitch. And it's one of the things I like about this guy who's doing this stuff. I wish I could remember his name. I can never remember the guy's name. But he's always using names so that way these people can't make a video later on saying, "Oh, I thought he said this guy who is actually on the team." Excuse. I swear, if somebody sent me a Danhausen shirt as a gift, I'd burn it after I take a bit. Nice, big man. New York is the only fan base that will burn their own city down as a celebration. They are nuts. You're not wrong. You're not even close. Like, so spot on. There was another clip I saw of cars in the street that were parked overnight. Thank God New York doesn't let you carry guns legally. Because if you would have seen the shattered windshields, some of them had holes in it. Like, they just gotta, man. I missed Raw tonight. Did they have any Knicks on? I'll never forget when they had Rodman and Malone on Raw. Well, that was more of a WCW thing that time. But I get what you're saying. Yep. Thank you, D. But it would be cool, like, if they did do something like that. But Derek River, welcome to the live. Hey, if you like wrestling, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We do every Monday night. We come here to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, MLW now, and on Friday nights we do SmackDown. And we go live for the big shows like the PLEs. And if AEW gets their shit together, we do some AEW stuff also. But as long as AEW can't write a show, I am not wasting my time covering any AEW stuff for now, unless it's like a big show. Like, even though I don't watch AEW's weekly shows, I'll still watch the pay-per-views. I don't mind watching like an AEW pay-per-view. I can do that. Especially after watching Double or Nothing. I'm actually like, I really want to watch their next pay-per-view to see if it's anywhere near as good. And then that'll be more of, hey, maybe I should give AEW a try or not more. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Man, if you were gonna come out here, you should think about in November. Because in November we have WrestleCade. I don't know. I'm not sure. It might not be WrestleCade actually. I don't know. Crockett, but it's the Crockett Cup, I believe, is it? I just know it happens every year right after Thanksgiving, and it's a big thing. Roman, I don't know if I'm freezing up on your end, but I'm here. I'm chilling. I don't. So maybe I'm freezing up on your end. But that would be awesome, big man. Come out here, go to like a wrestling show, a bunch of us. Because I know Thanksgiving weekend that they have that big show out here. It's like 2 days or 3 days, and there's autograph signings. There he is, Graham the man. What up, Hunter? I just got off of work. Damn, bro, just got off of work? Shit. Boy, I got a treat housing for you tomorrow. It, Graham, I swear, it's like you heard the Danhausen. You heard us shitting on Danhausen, and you did the Joe Henry on us. And Graham, I actually mailed out your giveaway that you won today. So whatever I told you were getting, you're not getting. You're getting something all completely different. So you'll be surprised. But don't worry, Graham. I made sure what I sent you is nothing that'll get you divorced. I sent you a my wife will be okay with it package. When I get my game room finished, I'm gonna do a remodeling. I'll go live with you, Hunter, and show off my collection on the channel. Nice. Now we're talking. Hell's yeah, D. Hey, it's all good, Roman. You my brother. You already know. Like I you know what it is because I caught myself. I caught her at one point. I saw that I was like this, and it looked like I was out for a moment because I had pulled it up on my phone to see, and I'm like, yo, it's fucking freezing. Because that's the worst part. Like, yo, when you're known to like pass out at night like that, then everybody always thinks no matter what you're doing, now you're sleeping all the time. Like when I'm live and I gotta answer like a text message or something, I don't like to do what a lot of people do and like show the phone on the live. I feel like it's disrespectful. So I try to keep the phone off the live, and I look down to answer the text, and people always think, "Yo, Hunter, wake up." I'm like, "I'm up." I'm like, "No, you weren't." I'm like, "I just answered you, didn't I?" Like you'll You'll know like if I'm really if I really passed out for a few seconds. Like earlier tonight, I really passed out. And then boom, once I got up, it was like a rejuice of energy. There will be no Danhausen slander. And thank you, Brody. I got you, Brody. Okay, I can do that in November. Where are you located, Hunter? What state sounds good? North Carolina. I forget how far away we are from each other because I got a friend who drives to Tennessee all the time actually, but he's in Georgia. He's like 4 hours from me, so I gotta ask him how long it takes him to get to Tennessee because whatever it takes him to get to Tennessee, it would take that and plus 4 hours. Unless you're a guy who likes to fly, then it's like easy peasy. Like big man, if you wanted to fly in, all you'd have to do is you fly into the Carolinas and I'll pick you up at the airport. Grand Demand said that is just too sweet. If we can set it up, I am so down to come to North Carolina and meet up with you all. Just let me know. Yo, so let's put that out in the air now because if we talk, if we talk about it from now, there's a real chance we can do it. Because trying to do it a week before it'll never happen. Everybody lives different places. So does anybody right off the bat, does anybody do like really big stuff for Thanksgiving? Me, I don't do any big stuff for Thanksgiving anymore. Those days are over. So for me, I got no problem. Plus it's not on Thanksgiving, it's the weekend. I believe after Thanksgiving, so I'm pretty sure I'll find out for sure for you. But I'm pretty sure like if Thanksgiving is say Wednesday, it'll be that weekend after it. And it's supposed to be super fun. It's cheap, it's not expensive the event. And I don't think it's assigned seats either. I think it's more of a first come first serve where you sit. So once you get a ticket, if you get in there early, you get a better. The earlier you get in there, the better the seat. Please find out the date for me, Hunter, for the wrestling convention November. I'll be there. Oh, 100%. Because that would be real cool if a bunch of you guys could do it and come out here and we could do a dope meetup. We'll go to the show for the weekend. We'll go to wrestling signings. And we'll damn sure get some pancakes at IHOP. And if you're hungry for dinner, we'll go to the OG, baby. Get them bottomless breadsticks and salad. Woo! Love the damn Olive Garden. WrestleCade is the weekend Thursday, November 27th, Saturday to November 29th, 2026 at the Benton Convention Center in Winston-Salem. This is a 3-day fan convention, features over 150 wrestling talents. There we go. That's it. That's the one, D. Hey, We can definitely do Waffle House also. I'm a Waffle House guy too. I get my pancakes at IHOP, but I get my waffles at Waffle House. I refuse to get waffles anywhere else at the moment. Until I find somewhere that makes like a banging Belgian waffle, it's Waffle House only. Um, you mean 8 hours? Maybe not 8 minutes, you sick bastard. I wish. Yes, sir, Graham. Like, so I found out that that's like the big thing down here for the Carolinas. Every that and Heroes Con, which I hate. Heroes Con was this weekend that just passed. I missed it last year, and now I missed Heroes Con this year. Hopefully next year I could do Heroes Con. And the wrestling, I was supposed to go to last year and had an infection in my mouth, so that didn't work. So it'd be really dope to do it this year. I really want to go to it. Man, if it's a wrestling show, I enjoy doing it. Like I've never gone to a bad wrestling show. Oh, I'm right there in Winston Salem. Waffle House fights. Oh boy. Well, actually, truth be told, I got in out of the Waffle House and IHOP. I was in the, I got into the more crazier fight at IHOP. Like we're talking people going through tables, chairs being broken over people. Yo, this shit was so crazy that you had to be there just to believe it almost the way it went down. And my IHOP used to be 24 hours until we had this crazy brawl. After that happened, they were never 24 hours again. Even though on my side it was self defense. What is HeroCon? Oh, HeroCon is like a collectible show event where people dress up and cosplay as whatever character they want to dress up as. Kind of, kind of like a Comic Con similar, where they just sell a bunch of cool shit, and you walk around going aisle by aisle, see if there's anything you want to buy. Plus, there's some celebrities that go to these things signing autographs for money. Winston-Salem, big man. I'm in PA, so it's like 9 hour drive over. I can just fly either way I am down. If you fly, you'll be like a half hour away instead. Now, I wish I can take my own advice and fly when I leave North Carolina, but my mother doesn't like to fly, so anytime I take her back to New York for doctor appointments, I drive my 12 hours mission impossible. Decent 8 hours. Romance life. A 1 hour drive is better for me. I hate 1 hour drive is brutal for me. I hate driving now. Are there any good looking women cosplaying? Asking for a friend? I assume so. But I never got to go to one. I never went to Heroes Con yet. But I could tell you, like, other collectible shows, some people dress up to all of these kind of shows. Not just like the bigger one. I forgot which one I went to last. Me and my boy Dank, which Graham, I know you know Dank. We went to one. Actually, I believe it was in Greenridge, or no, not Greensboro. And there was a few people there dressed up as characters. But for the most part, like, everybody I see at these shows, mad cool. Everybody's just like doing their thing. No one's like, yo, what you looking at? Now what you looking at? Like, none of that bullshit. Just people having a good time. I heard Dragon Con in Atlanta is the one to go to. I never heard of that one. But I am intrigued. Especially since Atlanta is not that far away from me. Atlanta's is like 4 hours, I want to say, depending on where I'm going in Atlanta. Atlanta. Let me see. Dragon Con. Man, you got me intrigued. I wanna go to Dragon Con. I feel like we're gonna get the Game of Thrones experience. I wanna see Jon Snow pull out a sword and take on the army of the Dead Leader. Oh, just on a side note, guys, since I don't see a lot of you guys not all of you will be there tomorrow night. Just want to let you guys know that the movie The Furious, absolutely what they're saying on TV is true. Definitely go see that, guys. If you want to go watch a really good martial arts movie, go watch The Furious. Thank you, Donald. Got it, Hunter. Catching the Greyhound there on November 26th. I'll be there November 27th, 7 a.m. the next day. It'll take me right to the wrestling event convention. Let's do it, big man. Man, we'll get some. We're definitely gonna snatch some autographs too. Yeah, I love going and meeting these guys. Hey, Graham, who do you think I can cough on this year? 12 to 15 minutes by Greyhound? Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, definitely do Greyhound. Shit. God bless. I'll look for a video on Dragon Con. People in my Discord tell me there are some really good looking women. Ooh, okay. If she got a booty, I'll at your boy. Roman, you guys want to come up here? I know a good strip club. You can buy a drag. You can buy a dragon worth every penny. Well, that's what I heard. Oh man, that's great, D. I don't fly. I'm hating. I hate. Yeah, I hate it, and I'm scared of heights. You know, I'm not a big fan of heights either. I did not want to ever fly either, but I gave in when I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico twice, so I had no other choice. And my Florida trips, I flew too. But if I can drive it, I would rather drive it too. Like, I want to know if, God forbid, something goes wrong. I want to know that I did it. I don't want to think that some schmuck that was drinking and partying way too hard, way too much, and instead of calling out of work, came to work and flew this plane when he knew he was in no condition to do so. You know what I mean? Like, I do not want something like that going down. Shit, I remember when I went to Cancun the first time. The airplane, we saw the guys that flew the plane out that last night, and they got so hammered that luckily they did the right thing though that day. And we all got to stay one more day because of it. But not everybody's gonna do the right thing, unfortunately. It probably will be Kevin Nash. You st- no, Kevin's the one we know we're good with at least. Luckily, you know what? If I'm gonna sneeze on someone, it's got to be someone that I haven't met before. You know, that gives me the oh shit, I can't believe I'm meeting him feeling. You know, like yo, Bret Hart was goaded. AJ Styles, I think I would get all like starstruck for AJ Styles, or maybe even Undertaker. How much are hotel rooms down there? Well, it all depends on where you go. You know, you can go to like a nice hotel that's like $170 a night, or like yo, you can go to like a bullshit hotel that's like $90 a night. And if you're just gonna use it for just the bed to sleep at night, I would recommend just going to like the nicest shittiest hotel they have with your own sheets. You know, buy sheets at Walmart to put them on the bed, and then just go to sleep and wake up there. Because if you're not staying in the room to eat, you're not staying in the room to hang out. You're literally just using it to go to sleep. Why not save the money if you could? Shit, I'm not getting on no damn plane. Okay, I hear you, raw man. He said, I'm way too raw to get on a plane. Shit. Graham said, not if you sneeze on him. Okay, maybe oh man. Now, Danhausen, I may purposely sneeze just to hear him say, "You sneezed on me? Oh no, Hunter. You are cursed." I'd probably be like, "No, Danhausen, go fuck yourself. Now you're cursed." Literally. Ooh. If you need me to introduce you to Donovan Danhausen, I'll hook you up. Graham, you gotta introduce me though as the popcorn bucket tribal chief though. And tell Danhausen he must drum roll acknowledge me. If Danhausen acknowledges me, I'll give him a chance. Maybe we can rent the vacation house for the weekend and just party and watch wrestling. Now we're thinking. Do like rent the Airbnb for the weekend. That way, when we're not at the show, we could be at the Airbnb comfortable, hanging out with non-stop wrestling weekend. Ooh. You guys tell me on it. I'm in. Nope, sorry, Hunter. It's 12 hours and 15 minutes to get to Winston's. Yeah, now that sounds more like it, big man. I didn't have the heart to tell you when you thought it was 8 to 15 minutes. I was saying, like, I don't know where you're looking at, but no way. If you were only 15 minutes away, I would have came to your wrestling show Saturday. To get to Winston-Salem by Greyhound. But I'll be there where you are, Hunter, at 7 a.m. in the morning. Nice, and we'll get an Airbnb that's right over there too. That'd be the best way to do it. We all chip in for an Airbnb and have a place to stay the whole weekend. Yo, what up, team? No sleep. What up, King? Well, for what you're gonna pay for 3 days, unless you're looking to get a shitty motel. And if you are looking to if you don't want to do an Airbnb and you want to get a shitty motel, just go to Walmart and buy brand new sheets and pillows that you're willing to throw out after. I mean that with no laughing. And I had to do that firsthand experience. When I first came down here, my house wasn't ready yet, and I needed to stay. I needed 2 more weeks, and the hotel we went to ended up being a motel, and this shit was so gross to me. Like I wasn't feeling it. There were stains on the sheets. I said nope. I said pack the bag. I'm leaving. I was like, but you paid for the 2 weeks already. I said, I don't care. I'll get even if I can't get the money back, we are not staying here. And I was out to the next hotel. That ended up being really good. Nice, clean, had pools, a real hotel. More money, of course, but still it was a real hotel. How much money should I bring for the weekend? Well, it all depends on like what you're looking to do. Figure, you got food. All right, so you got food, hotel fees, or A and that Air A and B, Air B and B, wrestling ticket, and wrestling autograph. So those are the main four things you're paying. You want to make sure you have money for. But you probably could cut some of them in half, right? So if a few of us go, we chip in together for an Airbnb. Boom. That just made it cheaper there, right? Then for the fees, mm, let's see. Try to think of a way around all of it for you. So I would more decide on like, hey, what wrestlers do you really want to meet? Because when we get closer to the time, a list will come out of what wrestlers are going to be there, so that way you can make the decision. Because it's not cheap. That's the shitty part. When when I went last SummerSlam and I went to I didn't go to the WWE signings because of how much money it was. I thought I was really making, I was saving a lot of money by not going. Man, was I wrong. It was still super expensive. It was like $100 to get an autograph signing and take a picture with them. And that's just, that was crazy at the time. But we make that's why when I went, I didn't get everybody that was in the place doing autographs. I decided on I went with the top ones I really wanted, which was Okada, Kevin Nash, Bret Hart, the Hardy Boys, and Sting. Those were the main ones I really wanted. So I said, whatever that is, I'm gonna pay for that, and that's it. Because and everybody's gonna be different prices for autograph signings. It's usually like $30 to get in. That's right. You pay a fee to get into the autograph signings area. After that fee, everything is all third party with the wrestlers. So the place that's charging you $30 to go in there to meet these wrestlers, they're not making anything off of who that wrestler's, signed autographs for. All they're making is the door fee, which is why the door fee is always 30, $35. Then you got people that thrive on the bullshit and will charge you for two different types of autographs, and you'll only see one. But the good wrestlers, you don't worry about any of that. I promise I'm coming, Hunter. Oh, I believe you, big man. I can't wait. Roman said, the hotel thing. I know, Roman. I know. Hotels are, ugh. I get it. Well, bro, it's 2:40 a.m. time for bed. I'll catch you on the next one. Yes, sir. Graham said, all right, Hunter, I'll see you tomorrow, my guy. I got to get up and try to get these damn cryo shots in the morning, as well as my Peace -1 down Nike Jack. Ooh, nice, Graham. Yo, Graham, let me know if you're going to go off the Nike app for anything. Let me know in the morning and I'll go on it for you too, as long as I'm awake. Damn hotels, they're not catching no bed bugs. I'll rent an Airbnb for 3 days. How much is an Airbnb there? Well, it's all different prices. So we won't know how much the Airbnb is until it gets closer to the time. 10-4, Chief. Have a good one. Graham the man, my brother from another mother. And don't forget, tomorrow night, guys, whoever can make the live for the other channel, we are doing 80s and 90s, the best toy era. So we're going to look back at all the toys that came out around there, on top of me, Graham, and Ghost Rider have some nostalgic stuff that we're going to show that we were lucky enough to still have in our collection all these years, so you can to show also on the live. Because there was no time in the world like the 80s and the 90s for toys. Those were the best times for that toys were. You had Toys R Us, you had KB Toys, Target exclusives. Like, oh, this was when you wanted to be a kid playing with toys, man. Wow, the stuff they had. Get some sleep, Hunter. Your ass is beat. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm waiting. I got 4 more minutes in me. Then I'm calling it myself. Hey, what up, Lucas? What up, Lucas? Too sweet. Now I'm wondering if now that Jacob Fatu has a brand new Ulafala from Roman Reigns, are they gonna put that up for sale on the WWE shop the same way you can buy Roman Reigns' Ulafala? I'm gonna wait to see if you can buy the Samoan werewolves. Because if so, I'm definitely gonna grab the Samoan werewolf Ulafala, and we'll do a review on it. So that way we can see, hey, is it as cool as it is the one he wears? Was this worth it? You know, blah, blah, blah. All the good shit. We're also going to do a review on Roman Reigns' Ulafala. I have that one coming in also. And next live, if I remember, I'm gonna bring my I got them in a frame actually. It was 2019 WrestleCon front row. You know, I sat front row WrestleCon. Then the day after that, I went to Super Card of Honor, which was Ring of Honor and New Japan collaborating to put a show on. And it's so nostalgic because it's the only time Madison Square Garden ever let a wrestling company put a show on that was not WWE. And there was so much controversial that went on over that. Because even though they were not the big dogs on the market, on the block, Vince McMahon still did not want to let that go. Yo, Kiwi, what up, my brother? He said, good morning to the tribal chief. Thank you for acknowledging your tribal chief. How are we, Brody? Hey, Kiwi, you ready for tomorrow night? I know you're ready for tomorrow night. We gonna get real nostalgic with it. Wait till you see some of the 80s, 90s toys I got to show you. Woo! Shit, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying though before that? Son of a. Oh, man. Kiwi, you don't remember what I said, right? What I was talking about, right, when you came in by chance, do you? I lost my train of thought and I'm just like blanking out. All right, never mind. I remember now. I got it. So the big thing about yes, the wrestling show at the Garden. Thank you, Kiwi. So this was a real big thing. Like Vince McMahon called Madison Square Garden to get the show taken, you know, to block them from being allowed to do this. And it worked. So Madison Square Garden turned around the Ring of Honor in New Japan and canceled the show on them. But they called Vince back and told him, hey, if you book the next show at the Barclays Center instead of us, then we're gonna call Ring of Honor and New Japan back and let them have their show. Because at this point in 2019, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn was such a big deal. It was brand new. Everything in it was new, way newer than Madison Square Garden, Even though Madison Square Garden is the most nostalgic. But at that time, everybody wanted to go to the Barclays Center. Plus, the Barclays Center not only had everything newer, everything that was going on show-wise there, it was cheaper ticket-wise. So Vince thought, hey, I kiboshed it. I'm Vince McMahon. I do what I want. Nobody tells me what I can do. And what does Vince do? He lets his ego get the best of him. And he turns around and has the next show. Does he do it at Madison Square Garden? No. Right after making the deal that the next show would be at the Garden, he not only does it at the Barclays Center, he's got the next 3 shows for the Barclays Center. So Madison Square Garden now, they get so mad that this happened that they call Ring of Honor back and said, hey, is it too late? Or would you guys still want to book Madison Square Garden? And they said, absolutely. So now here comes the bigger problem. Now they're asking them, can you fill Madison Square Garden? Now that's going to be the problem. Or so they thought. Now, Ring of Honor and New Japan, a little backstory for anybody who wasn't watching it in 2019. They are red hot at the time. AJ Styles is the leader of the Bullet Club. You know, there's no AEW yet. WWE is the only show in town. You know, that's on the big boy level at that time. TNA is doing real bad financially. They're barely hanging on. Absolutely, big man. I got you. And this is their time. Ring of Honor and New Japan together are rocking. They're selling out buildings. Every building they go to, they're selling it out at this point. The Bullet Club is so hot that these guys, there's guys that were working there at the time that are making so much money that they didn't even want to go to WWE. They said, "What do I need to? I'm making more money on the indies right now." It was the golden time for the indies. I had never seen the indies do the numbers they were doing. And they delivered. They filled up Madison Square Garden. Actually, do I have it here? I should have a coin. For it. Because I bought the commemorative coin for the show, plus a shirt that I wore the shit out of it by now, but maybe I don't have the coin here anymore. Hold on, everybody. Let me see if I have this coin to show you. Since this thing was pretty cool as shit. Let's see. Nope. All right. Sorry, I don't have the coin. Unfortunately, I wish I had the coin. I know I do have it somewhere in this room, but I'm always dropping stuff when I go live and I'm showing things. Like my little cool Joker keychain I keep nearby. This was cool. I got this from the sponsor Money Fresh at Money Fresh Clothing LLC. If you guys ever, need any goodies or anything, definitely check out Money Fresh Clothing. And because you're part of the WOLFPACK, or should I say the W.P.F, the WOLFPACK Federation, baby, you get to use code WOLFPACK and you get to save 10% off every time you place an order. Not one time, every time you place an order. Yeah, I did not give up easily. I'm like, where the hell is that damn coin? Make sure it's not right behind me. Two-face coin. No. All right. Well, maybe next time I'll have the coin for you. What up, Nasty? What up, my boy? Hey, it actually wasn't that bad tonight. The Roman it started off good. It started off and it ended good. But the middle was kind of dry. They could have did better in the middle of the show. But that's did you have to tape your eye open? He said. Hey, Nasty, when's the next AEW show? Like big show, pay-per-view wise, or I think you guys. I keep forgetting everybody calls it PLEs nowadays. I don't know why we don't call it pay-per-views anymore, but I digress. But the real thing you needed to get out of Monday Night Raw tonight was that Roman Reigns is definitely forming a badass bloodline. And that it's only time until he goes heel. I think he's looking to do the Hulk Hogan heel turn though. When you're the cool heel and everybody loves you, like the NWO Hulk Hogan, where everybody was supposed to boo them, but instead cheered him. Okay, AEW Forbidden Door is the next pay-per-view, June 28th. June 28th. Shit. Tell me that's the same weekend as Night of Champions. Let me check. WWE Night of Champions. Yep, day before. Shit, day before. Why do they do this shit? Why do they? I hate when WWE and AEW have pay-per-views the same freaking weekend. What? I would rather it be a weekend apart, so that way I can watch both shows in its own over the weekend and then compare them what better. Watching a WWE show one night and then watching AEW the next night, it doesn't really give you the best. You can't get the best comparison watching them night to night. When your boy CM Punk's coming back, looks like he's been hitting the juice like Brian Cage. Yo, I don't know what CM Punk you've been seeing, but shit. I wish he was. I wish he would hit the juice. That man's so straight edge, never in a million years would he do it. Yep, it's WWE's on Saturday, AEW's on Sunday. Man, that sucks. Why do they do this shit? Man, they really should put them different weekends. I want to watch the show and then relax about it. Like, think about it on a night or two. For a night or two. That would be the best scenario. Because, comparing them a night apart isn't really going to do it. You're not going to get that full feel you need to do like a true comparison on both. Roman said, "Yep." What are your thoughts on Crazy Uncle Dave Meltzer? Oh, I'm not a dirt sheet guy. I don't really care for Dave Metz. For Dave, I like Jim Cornette though. Cornette calls the Young Buck matches gymnastics. Yo, Jim Cornette has never been nice to the Young Bucks. Now, I have always thought listen, I love Jim Cornette, but he just doesn't get the high flying style of wrestling. And listen, I get it. When you've done what Jim Cornette has done in the business for as long as he's done it for, this is like complete disrespect in his mind. Like, yo, because you didn't do this shit back then. He hasn't accepted the change. But he's freaking hilarious. Dave Metz hasn't been relevant since '98, dude. Is a joke. And so is his star rating. Oh man. D, tell us how you really feel. D, that's why they call him Uncle Dave, I guess. Because he's so old. It's time he goes to the wrestling dirt sheet retirement home. You damn right, Nasty. You damn right. Hey, but listen, see, you hate WWE. I don't hate AEW though. I hate AEW's writing. I don't like all the blood. I don't need that shit that they now if if who wrote AEW's Double or Nothing show that I loved, that was a really well written card from beginning to end match. I loved it. It was my favorite show I watched this year. If AEW did more of that, I guarantee you a lot of us WWE fans would be watching both companies all the time. I need a good story. I don't want to watch an indie promotion that's not an indie promotion. If you're supposed to be serious WWE competition, then I need it to be on WWE level. And they have the talent. AEW without a doubt has the talent. So the talent is not the problem. It's just the writing. I swear, AEW figures out that they need to change the guys that are writing. They change that up. Ooh. We'll get the real Monday Night Wars again. Dave sucks off Tony. He loves his AEW. Damn D. Okay, Hunter and Wolfpack. Good night. I gotta go to sleep. Everyone stay just too sweet. Have a good one, big man. Crazy Uncle Dave thinks the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Okada are the greatest wrestlers to ever exist. Well, I wouldn't say the greatest wrestlers to ever exist, but Okada, awesome. Young Bucks, awesome. I'm mad at Kenny Omega at the moment. But if Kenny Omega, and I get that Kenny wants to help tomorrow's superstars. I get it. But there's no reason you got to put over everybody. You could put some new guys over while still being a top guy. And I think between Kenny's injuries, his health problems, and him trying to bring up tomorrow's talent, he's forgotten about, hey, you need to be over too, because if you're not over, putting these other guys over isn't going to mean as much. I can't believe Nasty likes Jim Cornette, because Cornette suits on AEW. Oh, Cornette shits on AEW all the time. Yeah, Cornette definitely does not like that kind of wrestling. When is the Fed going to have the draft? I don't know if they still do that. I don't know if that's like an every year thing or it's just a thing they do when they need a reboot. Jim Cornette hates AEW. Roman said Jim Cornette criticizes everybody. LOL. Hey, what up, Retro Bug? Welcome to the live. You're a wrestling fan, Retro Bug? What wrestling company you like to watch? Now, Nasty, you can't think though that AEW storytelling's good. Where's Piper Nixon? Piper Nixon. That was the one that was Chelsea security, right? Piper Nixon. She's gone. They should have, and I disagree with them getting rid of Chelsea's those two girls that were Chelsea security. Like that was a good gimmick they had going for Chelsea. Of course, man, my whole YouTube is wrestling. I freaking love old school WWE, WCW 2000s, TNA, and I'm starting to watch New Japan. Well, Retro Bug, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Then Retro Bug, we're here every Monday and Friday night, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, to talk wrestling. We do all the PLEs, and anything else is random as of right now. So subscribe to the channel, join the WOLFPACK Federation. We got a great group of wrestling fans that are both that are pro WWE and pro AEW. Okay. Yeah, she's not with WWE anymore. I wish she was though. I liked her with Chelsea. Ooh, she's hurt too. Damn. That sucks. Yo, Piper was she was good because too, like you took one look at Piper Nixon and you thought like, yo, who's this girl? Why is she here? How did she get a job here? And then she goes to work and you're like, whoa, I was completely wrong about this girl. This girl can actually go. Man, Chelsea Green's private security was such a great gimmick. Yo, if I was Matt Cardona in Chelsea, I would leave WWE and I'd go to TNA. Actually, I'm sorry, TNA did drop the ball on Matt Cardona. I would go to MLW and start a huge feud with Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux. That would be huge. Who's the bigger wrestler to show up? Hey, Killer Cross, you and your girl think you guys are wrestling's power couple? Well, not anymore. Now that me and Chelsea are here, the game's about to change. Wow. Bro, come on, it writes itself. I can't say that AEW storytelling is great, but their in-ring work is much better than the Fed. See, you're looking at it the wrong way. Both companies have good in-ring work. They just work different styles. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, my man Retro Bug. Arroo! Welcome to the W.P.F Retro. Too sweet. Hey, sports highlights. What up, brother? Too sweet. Hell yeah, D. Retro, welcome to the pack. Damn right, Retro. We're glad to have you. Johnny wrestling. Come on, man. You gotta at least know what you're talking about. If you're gonna talk about WWE, at least know what you're talking about, Johnny wrestling. Yeah, Nasty, because I actually really like wrestling. I'm not you're just a WWE hater. That's the difference. I actually watch wrestling. I watch all wrestling. No company is perfect. Every company has its ups and its downs. If AEW was the company that was around as long as WWE and WWE was the new one on the block, I'd be watching AEW first. But now you're just starting to annoy me because you're not even having like an intelligent conversation about wrestling. You're just being a hater. Thank you, Roman. Welcome in Retro. Yeah, Retro, we got a lot of good wrestling people around here. The ones that actually watch wrestling. I mean, thank you to all who is in the chat. Also, I freaking love all wrestling, but I definitely agree on what you're saying that not every wrestling company is perfect at all. No, you know what I mean? No company is perfect at all. Every last one of them has its ups and its downs. I love the WCW Vault. You know, that's the one thing I miss the most is the WWE network. Because we got all of WCW, ECW, and WWF. Even all the Attitude Era, the Golden Era before it, after it, like it was so good. And it was only $9.99 a month plus we got all of NXT, we got all the pay-per-views that would happen for WWE. Man, that it was such a score, the WWE network. If you compare every aspect of WWE and AEW, it's not even close. WWE wins by a landslide. It's not hating, it's just straight facts. D, there's a reason they're number one, right? That's the truth. They're the number one company. Whether you like them or you hate them, they're number one still. Roman said, yep. Russell said, yeah, word, dude. Especially Peacock. They legit had had it all as well. It was stacked with old Raw and SmackDown and WCW and ECW and everything. Oh yeah, listen. I still have my Peacock subscription. I keep hoping that they'll switch back. I hate that they're on that's ESPN now. Plus, ESPN is $30 a month. Peacock was $9.99 a month. I like Triple H running shit. And it sucks that, Vince was so out of, he was just not in the loop of changing with the times those last years he was with the company. But overall, man, Vince was so good. It's 3:16 a.m. Do you know where your beers are at? Oh, nice, Retro. You on the same coast as me and D then? Oh, hell yeah. As much as I love AEW, they're burying MJF in this 12-man clusterfuck cage match at Forbidden Door. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. MJF is your world champion. Why put him in a group match at all? I'm telling you, if AEW got new bookers to write the storyline, I would actually start watching AEW like I watch WWE on a regular basis. Because even when WWE has their off moments, they have already proven themselves to hang in there. When you're number one, you're number one. Yo, let's go, Retro. That's where I'm from, too. Yo, Retro, were you outside at all in the city? I hope that you weren't, because these kids were absolutely ridiculous after the Knicks one. But Retro, how good is it to have them Knicks, baby? Yep, I hear that $30 a month, man. Right? Like it's insane, Roman. $30 a month. If we were to add Peacock and the WWE Network together a month, we're still $10 cheaper than ESPN. And I get it. With ESPN, we're not just getting wrestling. But you know what? With Peacock, we weren't just getting wrestling either. We were getting TV shows and movies and stuff. So, it's a cop out. $30 a month. It sucks. But I'm not missing my damn wrestling. Nope, I was inside because these Knicks fans are fucking insane. You damn right they are. And it sucks, Retro, because the ones that are out there in the street causing the havoc and doing the dumb shit, they're not even really Knicks fans. They're just using something that's an amazing time for New Yorkers, something we've been waiting for over 30 years to happen. They're going to use that as their cover to go outside in the streets and act like a complete moron. I said I was going to bed 1 hour ago, and here I am still talking wrestling. Right? It see that's what wrestling does to you. You know, it's 3:22 in the morning. I'm gonna give it to 4 a.m. and then I'm done. 4 a.m. I'm calling it. So I got a half hour left in me to keep going. Let's go, Knicks. Damn right, let's go, Knicks, baby. I got my Knicks hat on. AEW let me down on Collision this Saturday. Too. They had a chance to put Shane Taylor Promotions over the Death Riders, but nope. The Death Riders are the NWO 2.0. Moxley is Hulk Hogan all over again. Oh man. I'm telling you, see, that's the only thing AEW is missing. You give them better creative writing, and we can get some real like Monday Night War shit going again. And you know what? I want AEW to succeed. Bro, if AEW succeeds, that's good for all of us because then that pushes WWE to step their game up. That pushes TNA to step their game up. That MLW, their game up. You know, nobody wants to be the company left behind. So if all it's going to take is one company to give the number one company WWE a run for their money. They do that, bro, and you shake everything up. You're going to have every company stepping up, which would be, and for us fans, that's the best scenario. Because all of us, then we get better wrestling out of all these companies. Right now, everybody's way too comfortable in the spots they're in. He said, damn, so we call him Moxley, Mox Hogan. John Moxley rarely ever puts over any up and coming talent. Well, as a Moxley fan, I'm gonna have to be. I'm biased, so I'm happy that Moxley keeps kicking everybody's ass. But I would like to see less belts also in a lot of the companies too. You know, I feel like the more belts you have, the less, you know, seriousness there is for it. They getting the screw job in jail. I guess. The fake Nick fans are going in there and themselves. Oh yeah. There was a clip actually where the cops watched a 4-on-4 fight. They didn't do anything. They actually held all the people back and made a circle for these four to fight these other four. And then after the fight was over, then they bum rushed them and arrested all of them. At first, I was like, why are they not doing anything? How do they just sit there watching watching these kids mopping each other. Oh, it's so crazy. Being in New York at nighttime is dangerous right now. Don't worry, Nasty. Kenny the Jobber Omega puts everyone over decent. Moxley gets too many wins. You got to have him lose to upcoming talent every once in a while. Well, Moxley still has the belt, right? So if he's got the belt, then he's got to keep going over one-on-one matches. If he's gonna catch an L, it's got to be in like a tag match where he doesn't catch the pin, where he doesn't get the 3 count. Or if they're gonna put somebody in a program with him, that's a good time to make him lose a match. Actually, a non-title match, of course, that would work, and it would tell a great story. I beat you, so now you need to fight me and put the belt on the line. I earned it. I beat you without the title being on the line, so now put the belt up. Right there. Simple as could be. And it tells a story. And they could turn that into like a 3-month program. Because now let Moxley win. And then the guy turns around and says, all right, we're not done yet. I beat you one, you beat me one. One more time for for your world belt. And then boom, they do it. So you get one good TV taping out of it to start it off, and you get 2 big pay-per-view matches out of it. Plus all the promos in between the pay-per-view matches and them going back and forth talking shit. Like I've been saying, going against each other is the life blood of wrestling itself. Oh yeah. Damn right. AW is one of the key reasons why WWE stepped up their game after Vince was gone. Also, I love that AEW is in an alternate to WWE in every way possible. Absolutely. I we don't want them to ever be alike. Just want them, we just need AEW to get better writing. They get better writing, and I think we're all going to be excited as fans because that's going to push every talent of every company to step up. Or they're going to get left behind. Hey, what up, Rob? What up, my Irish psychopath? How are we tonight, Rob? LOL, Donald. Kenny is cold as ice right now. He needs to pick up some dubs. He did beat Bad Dude Tito from New Jersey from NJPW on Collision last Saturday. Bad Dude Tito. Is it bad that I'm not sure who that is? Bad Dude Tito. Could we please get back to Kenny Omega, the cleaner Kenny Omega, no less? that changed wrestling. The one who, when they lost AJ Styles, stepped up like never before. That's the Kenny Omega we need. Hangman will forever be underrated to me because he's a great storyteller and a master at making people care about the story. Yeah, I'll definitely give you that with Hangman Page, 100%. I like Hangman Page. He's good, and he gets the psychology of it, which, you know, what more can you ask for? They just need to to push him the right way. You're right. Every time Hangman's involved, the crowd is involved. They're fully invested when you get a good Hangman, when you get a real Hangman storyline going. Loser goes to the hospital, winner to the goes to run to the ring. MJF is the best thing in AEW. Man, I like MJF. I do. I think MJF is so fucking good on the mic. And I love that he's not afraid to talk about anybody at any time. Even when you watch him on any like podcast he'll do for AEW afterwards. He stays in full character. He's MJF gets it. He truly, truly gets it. Retro said, I definitely love MJF too, bro. He is the generational talent. I don't know how he keeps on doing it. MJF, or he really understands what the assignment is. He comprehends the entire psychology about it. He knows how to play heel, he knows how to play face. And he knows that whichever one he is doing, he will be in character 100% until he's home with his family and locked doors. And if he goes in the backyard and there's neighbors over, I bet he's still in character. No way. Yo, everybody wish Rob, the Irish psychopath, a happy birthday. Happy 54th birthday, brother. Let's go. Yo, congrats on hitting 54, brother. Shit. Let's go. Happy birthday, my man. Let's go. Too sweet. Man, that's so awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, Rob. Hey, did you do it? So was your birthday Monday or is your birthday Tuesday? This is just a question. Can wrestling create the next new megastars like a Hogan or a Roman or Rock, Stone Cold? or not anymore? I love the question first off. And I think, what a great question, not for nothing. So, can they create? All right, so I don't want to ever say, like the biggest thing in wrestling, right, is never say never, right? Guys we thought would never return no matter what have returned to the company. So I do believe in the never say never. So I don't want to say that they can't, but I will say it's a lot harder today to make that all-star wrestler that they did back then. Because if you remember, it was more, these guys got themselves epically over on, in a different time era when things were allowed that aren't allowed now. Could you imagine Stone Cold trying to become Stone Cold in this day and era? They would have never had him drive a beer truck in there and spray everybody. They wouldn't have had him go to the hospital and beat up Vince McMahon. It's just so much. They especially would have done that angle with him and Brian Pillman. That was crazy. But to stick with the question, I still think they can make a brand new generation wrestler, but it's not going to be easy. Because if look at AJ Styles, right? Everybody always loved AJ. You never really heard somebody say, "Hey, I don't like AJ Styles." But when AJ went to New Japan and became the head of the Bullet Club, we got to watch heel AJ come into his own, and damn, was those golden times watching the Bullet Club mollywop everybody. Retro, what do you think? Since it was your question, what do you think? My birthday is today, bro. Let's see. Birthday is today. Nice. So your birthday is officially the 16th of Tuesday. Happy birthday again, Rob. I'm so happy to hear that you turned 54. One more year around the world. Hey Rob, you do anything you doing anything today for your birthday? Or what? What do you got any plans? Retro said, I don't think it's possible. It's just got to be the right timing and who has the package and the it factor to draw in crowds and masses. You know what I mean? And they're not they're not giving them the right material to become that next, say, Rock or Austin. Or better yet, why are we not doing in I like that AEW has managers. Why is WWE not doing managers anymore? Like, besides Paul Heyman, why is there only one manager roaming around? We need more factions, more managers of those factions. Like, every time there was a badass faction, it made great views for wrestling. It got more people invested, interested, actually talking about the product itself. Like, I don't understand what we're not doing that. Like, yes, we have the bloodline right now, but they're not doing, you know, faction stuff at the moment. They're just walking around being praised because nobody steps up to the no one has stepped up yet. Then you look on the other side, you got the Vision. But all right, with the Vision at least, we can say that the Vision is beefing with the Street Profits, Javon Evans, and Seth freaking Rollins. Hey, you back, big man in charge? I thought you went to pass out. Couldn't help yourself. Yeah, but you know what? We can't even blame TKO for it. Because before TKO started ruining WWE's OG talent on the roster, we didn't have managers. We haven't had managers in a while. And we need to bring all that cool shit back. I think the average fan wants to see fun managers. More, we need to repair the tag division. And make real actions that are going at each other, or this is all easy shit that they can do starting the next show. Like, for sure, TKO are a bunch of devils in suits, but we must send our best to raid TKO now. Danhausen needs to curse TKO, right? Absolutely, Retro. What do you got for us? But and as long as TKO's doing the bullshit they're doing, we're not gonna make the big, we're not making any bigger names. You probably got upcoming talent worried for their jobs right now, if anything. Which is another bad thing. Because if you're going out there worried about your spot, you're not performing them the right way. The next thing you know, accidents happen and that you're hurt on the couch and you're getting laid off by WWE. Well, your leg's broken and you're stuck on a couch. That's the bad shit. These are the. But I'm going to see what Retro's one more thing is before we get going. I agree. You called it right, Hunter. Bullshit with TKO. TKO is really ridiculous. Like, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods should have never left WWE. They should have done whatever they needed to do to keep them. And it's a shame because you know what? We could have did a really cool angle with Oba right now. We could have did a brand new Nation of Domination with Oba leading it. And Kofi and Xavier Woods could have been in it. Then they could have went and grabbed two other guys from NXT. And boom. You got a new hot faction with guys that have never teamed up before, no less. So it would have made it so good to see, where does this shit go? Oba, Kofi, Woods, that big crazy dude from on the NXT side of things. Come on. And you give them Teddy Long. Bring back Teddy Long, player. Dang, I don't think my announcement is popping up on the. No, we didn't see anything. The last thing I had from your retro was, hey man, one more thing before I go tonight. Oh, Oba would be the New Day. It wasn't. That's a beautiful missed opportunity. And on top of it, Woods, since Woods has been in WWE, he's never gone anywhere else. And forget about Kofi. Kofi Kingston is the oldest talent on your roster right now. There is nobody that was in the locker room that's been there as long and as loyal as Kofi Kingston. And he's the contract you want to shorten? Get the fuck out of here. That's a problem. And if it's true what they're saying, The Miz has chosen to not resign with WWE because of the bullshit they're asking. Hey, can you do, let's see, can you do the same job you were doing all year, but for half the money? Get the fuck out of here. And it's a shame because if the entire roster sat down together and said, "We got to stop TKO and cut it. We need to cut the head of the snake off now. Let a Saudi Arabia show come, right? Let a big Saudi Arabia show come up, and let's have all the talent say, I'm not going on. Watch how quick TKO changes their tune. Because that's their biggest money-making deal they got going out of all the places they go to, which is why they go there. Because of the big bucks they make from going there, WWE. So I'll be damned how good it would be if they held TKO up by the throat. You know, they got, well, what are they going to do besides comply? Otherwise, they got no match, no nothing. Just an empty ring. But nobody wants to be the guy to start it. I get that too. See. 50% pay cut. What the fuck is that? Right, D? Hunt, I need them New Day Bootios. That's the cereal. Actually, yo, big man, you can go on eBay right now, probably, and grab it for a good price. Because I doubt WWE Shop has it. But like, if you just want it like for a collectible for the house, I would absolutely go to eBay. You know, especially grab it before they go to a new company. Because once they go to a new company, their stock gonna be hot, and things that were now say $9 might be $45. If my job asks me to take a 50% pay cut, I would shit on my boss's desk and walk out. Damn, okay. All I'm gonna say is I want 300. All I'm gonna say is I want 300. Like, boom. Hey, what up, Matt? My man, too sweet. Hunter is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, baby. And the popcorn bucket tribal chief. Damn, okay. All I'm gonna say is I want 300 subs by August. I like that. Let's go. Hey, one hand washes the other. Hey, you keep coming around, Retro. You get some luck. We'll help you out. And I'm all, you sub to me, I sub to you. Absolutely. Shit. I want to by the end of August, I want to at least I'm hoping this channel's doubled. Have a good night, Retro. acknowledge the popcorn bucket tribal chief. Tell him, D. Tell him, my brother. D, I gotta get you an Ulafala. Same way Roman got the Samoan werewolf, the Ulafala. I gotta get you the Ulafala as my right hand man, the troll exterminator. Rob said, "Looking for Bret Hart, baby." Made a popcorn, right? You know, I thought about like because I do have the actual Roman Reigns Ulafala coming. I'm annoyed when I had ordered it. I didn't know it was like one of those. I didn't know it was a future order. I thought it was something that was gonna come in the week. So I had planned on for the first live on the other channel to have the Ulafala on when I made the popcorn bucket tribal chief announcement, but unfortunately that didn't work out. But now while I wait for my Ulafala, I've been thinking of how cool it would be to have like an Ulafala of different popcorn bucket parts. I just don't know how like I would do it because obviously I don't want to break one of my buckets. Or should I say I don't want to break multiple popcorn buckets. But we'll figure it out. Best time I ever had was cook. you go, Rob. You go. Yep. Okay, it's 4 a.m. We're getting out of here. Thank you, everybody, for coming through as always. Hey, if anybody loves toys and stuff like that, tomorrow night on the other channel, 8:30 Eastern. Well, it'll either be 8:30 or 9 o'clock Eastern. It's always one or the other. If I'm ready by 8:30, I go on at 8:30. If I'm not ready, then I'll start at 9 o'clock. But tomorrow night on the other channel, we're doing me, Graham the man that was here tonight with us, and my co-host Ghost Rider. We're gonna be doing. We're bringing back the nostalgic times. We're talking 80s, 90s toys. We're gonna talk about how what was your favorite toys, all that stuff. Plus, we're gonna show you some stuff that we have in our own houses that are from that time era. Because there was no better time than the 80s and the 90s for toys. You had G.I. Joe, you had Transformers, Voltron, Spider-Man, wrestling. There was so much cool shit. And you see what happened firsthand. These kids today, they don't want to play. They don't play with action figures. No, they're on the computer on their tablet. They don't go out. None of that. There's a reason. And it all starts with your toys. Anybody who grew up in the 80s, 90s, you know what I'm talking about. You had these you had your infamous toys you loved, and you went out and played all the time like you did. It's all a revolving bubble. So, yep, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hell's yeah, Ghostbusters, Police Academy, Star Wars, there's so many good ones. So make sure everybody you come by the other channel tomorrow night if you want to join the conversation and or you want to see some nostalgic toys. Otherwise, I will see everybody Friday, 12:30 p.m. for the SmackDown review. And if SmackDown sucks ass Friday, then we're just going to talk wrestling in general. We're not going to waste the night. If the show sucks, we're not going to waste the night on it. We'll just talk real quick about, hey, this is what you needed to know. And that's that. And then we'll talk, and then we'll move on to other wrestling topics. For anybody who was late tonight, we will be, from now on Monday nights, we will be covering not only Monday Night Raw, but we will also be covering MLW. So MLW and Monday Night Raw will be covered every Monday night, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, my ass got to go to sleep now. So have a good night. We out of here, Wolfpack. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Make sure if you have not smash that like button. Please do so. Support is free 99. And when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. So as always, everybody, stay hunting. We out of here too. So